Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Weird World Podcast. I'm Dean.
I'm Carey.
We are going to bring you, Carey is going to bring you a weird bit. A true weird bit. She tells me it's pretty damn short. We'll see about that. We'll see if after I go through with it, if it's still short, because I'll just ramble on incoherently.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
It's highly dependent on how much you talk. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about a little girl named Gabby. And the article that I'm looking at is from 2015, and she was 8 years old in 2015.
Okay.
But
if she's alive, she's now 2023. I'm assuming she's alive because you don't like to do sad stories.
I'm sure she's still alive. So how old is she now?
8 plus 7? No, 8. 9? I don't know. I don't do maths.
It would be 8
16-ish?
plus 9. So.
Well, it's early yet, so.
Yeah. So she's much older now, but our story is actually going to start
when gave up.
When she is 4.
Oh.
And, you know, she's sitting in the car eating her crackers and chicken nuggets, apparently.
Really?
And her parent says, you know, when she gets out of the car, you know, like food tumbles out, whatever's in her lap, you know, as she gets out of her booster seat, I'm assuming. And so, she lives in Seattle with her parents.
Seattle, 2011, 4 years old. The child's a slob.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
a little bit much. No, she's a child.
She's a
a
slob.
4-year-old.
She's a slob child.
And so there's crows in the neighborhood. So, you know, when she drops food, the crows would come and snatch her chicken nugget or Cheerios or whatever.
And occasionally an eye
comes out of there. Nope.
Oh, damn it.
That's it. And so as time goes on, she's kind of interested in this. And so she starts giving them food. Like as she gets older and she's going to school, on her way to the bus stop, she'll share some food like out of her lunchbox and stuff with the crows. And then her brother gets in on it too. So they're giving food to the crows. And then I think she and her mom start putting out, they have like those little bird feeders. It's like a platform.
Yeah.
And they'll put out peanuts.
Oh, they have a crow feeder. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you see them, I believe, at Home Depot has crow feeders.
They
Very
put
well known.
Peanuts out for the crows. And, you know, the crows come and get them. And so they start watching the crows as they're taking the food that they leave for them.
I hope they checked if crows can eat peanuts.
They can.
Okay. Because I just found out that dogs shouldn't have walnuts.
Well, and the crows start bringing them little gifts.
So it's a trade.
So
it becomes a barter system. Mm-hmm. Okay.
They'll take the peanuts off the little platform and they'll leave little trinkets.
Like rat's tails, mice.
Well, so when the time of this article, when Gabby was 8, she has a whole collection of stuff that the crows have left for her. And it's junk. It's buttons.
Oh, really?
Earrings. Let's see, a paper clip. There's
fingernail shavings.
What looks like a little pendant. It's like a pearlescent little heart. There's like, you know, those best friends charms where one half of the heart says best, the other one says friends. So one of each friend gets one. Oh. She's got the friends.
Did the crow keep the other one? And so like they're crow best friends and the crow wears it. And
she's kind of hoping.
I think so. I want to.
But like screws and nuts and bolts and, you know, like little stones, a lot of little stones and rocks and little metal doodads.
And roadkill.
Whatever, like a Lego piece, whatever a crow can fit in its beak and carry and leave for little Gabby. And she has them all organized in they're little plastic. I have some, but you wouldn't know, like a bead organizer. So it's like a little plastic box and it's got all kinds of little compartments in it to keep your beads organized.
Okay.
So she has all of her little crow gifts in there and she even labels them with the date and time. And where, like, here's one label. It says Black Table by Feeder, 2:30 p.m., November 9th, 2014.
She's going to be a crow researcher,
and it's a broken light bulb.
Ooh, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah, well, she loves, this is like her prized collection. She loves everything in it. Well, she did when she was 8. So
I think she still does. Now that we don't know what age because we can't do 8 plus 8.
Well, 9 plus 8.
It's kind of 9. I'm going to say 8.
Depends on when her birthday was.
Yeah.
But so anyway, she and her mom, and so her mom's kind of like a amateur photographer. And so, she also is documenting what the crows are taking and leaving for Gabby and stuff like that. Her mom's name is Lisa, and she thinks it's fun. She doesn't mind that her kids are giving away half of their lunches to the crows.
She thinks it's fun. Oh, okay. It's going to be much less fun when the crows think they're paying for Gabby and they come to take the child.
No.
And the mom is going to have to give her away. It's like a fairy thing, I believe. It's folklore. And trust me, this is going to happen.
I don't know exactly what year this was, but Lisa was out somewhere in Seattle, probably not very far from their home, but she wasn't in their yard, taking photographs. I guess there was an eagle. So she was there was like an eagle circling around.
Do crows eat eagles? I mean, do
No,
eagles eat crows?
I think an eagle would eat a crow,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
So she had gone out, kind of following the eagle to take a photo of it. And she was over some kind of embankment or something, and she dropped her lens cap. And it fell over the thing, and she couldn't easily retrieve it. So she didn't think about it.
Is this crow going to go get her lens cap and bring it back to her?
So, you can buy new lens caps. And she didn't think another thing of it. So sure enough, I don't know exactly how long later, like the next day or a day or two later, the lens cap showed up on the little platform where they leave the peanuts for the crows. And she thought, oh my God, did one of the crows see me drop my lens cap?
And for sure, it's her lens cap?
And go get it? Yeah. And bring it to me? She goes,
damn.
She didn't see the crow bring it back, but they have cameras. So she checked the cameras, and sure enough, it shows one of the crows. And I guess she can kind of identify some of the crows.
It was Sally.
And so it shows the crow bringing it. And they also have like a little bird bath where they put water in it for the birds too. It brought the lens cap over to the water, and she said it looked like it was rinsing off the lens cap and then leaving it for her on the platform.
Rinsing the blood off the lens cap.
Which is pretty cool. It was probably dirty.
I'm trying to make this story darker. But
I know you
you're not
are.
helping.
It's not going to be dark, Dean. It's very heartwarming and uplifting.
Murder scene.
So apparently this is, I don't know how common this close of a relationship is. Because that's pretty remarkable. But obviously it's been documented that crows do bring gifts to people that feed them.
I have heard that, I think.
Yeah. And they also recognize people. And another very fascinating thing about crows is they have little funerals.
Crow funerals?
So
are croonerals? No, that doesn't work.
Nope. So they also, obviously animals communicate with each other, but so what they do is
they're already dressed in black. It's perfect.
And they're called a murder of crows,
That's
right?
true. So, see, it's getting dark now.
So when a crow dies, and it has friends and everything, they will immediately caw, caw, caw.
Yes, that's, by the way, you're, as usual,
really
spot
loud
on with that mimicry.
And then they'll go silent. There will be a moment of silence.
It's like, everybody shut up. And then that's what they're saying in crow.
And they circle around, they are all around the dead body in a circle. And then they'll go over and they'll start kind of pecking at it. And
is this story going to take a cannibalistic turn?
No, they don't eat it. They don't eat each other. But it's just kind of making sure it's dead.
Really?
Almost. Yeah.
Yikes.
Just kind of investigation.
Oh, because you don't want to bury your crow friend alive. No one wants to do that. Well, I don't think they've invented those bells and things like that you can bring when you're buried alive.
No, I don't think they bury them. But they do protect it. They protect it from other animals, like an eagle or a hawk.
So it doesn't get eaten?
Really?
Yep. Well, eventually it's going to be, unless they do bury it, eventually it's going to be scavenged, right?
Probably.
Okay. So just I
don't know how long.
We want to give it 6 hours, then have at it, raccoons and skunks.
I don't know how long, but they will dive bomb predators and they will, do this as a group to scare away larger animals than them. which is pretty.
It is. Well, so the funeral is what? Just standing around for a few hours, protecting the body.
Yeah.
That's the funeral.
Crying too. They
cry. Crows cry.
It seems like they're grieving.
Crows are weeping.
Yeah.
You see crow tears.
Yep.
Crow handkerchiefs. Crow nose beak blowing.
And scientists have studied this. They've used taxidermy crows to make it look like, because it's got like a real crow feathers and stuff. And so it shows, that they do this. I mean, this is an organized behavior that they do. And it's a little bit weird. And to us, it sounds
good
gross,
in this case, but go ahead.
But it's not uncommon in the animal kingdom where it looks like the crows are kind of attempting to have sexual intercourse.
Oh my God, crow
with
necrophilia.
the corpse, yeah.
Finally, you give me something. Crows are having sex with a dead crow body?
And like
oh my God.
These scientists say this is not uncommon behavior, but they also say it's possibly them just not really recognizing that it's dead.
They left that
But
out of
also
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I'll tell you that right now from my childhood.
It's just lying there. So
You rarely saw animal necrophilia on Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Marlon Perkins would have just, I guess they just covered that up.
But so they think that part of it is how they learn about danger. Like this guy's dead. Possibly somebody saw what happened to him right before he ended up dead.
Is it going to be a crow murder investigation to find out how that crow died?
And then they communicate it to each other. And crows, so like if there's a mean person, like if or animal,
okay, bobcat.
Say there's a dog who, as he runs through the park on his daily walk, he chases, because this is a real story.
An anti-crow dog.
He chases the crows because it's fun, right? Because they fly and flap.
They better not attack a dog that wasn't trying to.
They
just
do.
Have fun. Oh my God,
they do. So, but not only do they attack the crows that actually get chased by this dog, they communicate it to the other crows, and they communicate it to their young. And they can remember for years.
Okay, crows are aliens.
Scientists
crows and octopuses are aliens.
Have done experiments where they wear masks, and there's like some of the researchers wear what they call a neutral mask, which probably doesn't look scary or anything. And then the other ones wear
it's a V for Vendetta.
What
mask.
looks like a mean mask. And then the people wearing the mean mask,
also a V for Vendetta mask. Sorry.
They do a thing with the crows where like the crow has a certain kind of food, and then the person wearing the mean masks has a different, more delicious kind of food that they know the crow would rather have. And so somehow they figure out how to get the crow, if like you give up your mediocre food and I'll give you this better food. So
Kentucky Fried Chicken versus a Popeyes chicken strip, probably. We all know Kentucky chicken strips are way better than Popeyes chicken strips.
So
it's a matter of contention here in this household, but
yes. So the researcher in the mean mask, they basically trick the crow. Like, you give me your icky food, I have the good food, and the researcher eats it themselves. They don't give it to the crow. So the crow knows, ooh, that guy wearing that mean mask isn't fair. They didn't play the game right.
No.
So
he ate my crow chow.
So up to 5 years later, the crows still recognize that mean mask. So, a researcher wearing the mean mask as the researcher that was unfair. Even if the researcher turns the mask upside down, they tried putting it on upside down to see if the crows would still recognize it as the same thing. And they said at first the crows looked at them like kind of confused, like, how they kind of cocked their head. And then they turned their head like almost upside down.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're doing here.
Then they realized, oh, that's the mean one.
And then they pecked at the researcher's eyeballs.
And so those crows, when they had babies, they told their babies about it.
How do they tell their babies? Caw. That means that guy is a bad bastard with that mask on.
So then the babies recognize it.
That's weird. I don't know how they do that.
Crows are so smart.
They're very smart. I knew you can do something about crows, so I looked up a couple of crow stories. A crow in Alberta, Canada, learned how to play a violin.
Yeah.
And played the violin at a concert hall with 3,000 people attending. A crow in Russia beat a Russian grandmaster at chess in 7 moves and invented the Raven's Gambit, an offensive maneuver that's still used to this day. Finally,
okay, people might believe you, Dean.
Crows are known to be behind most of the scholarly research that is cited by both Robert Kennedy Jr. and Aaron Rodgers on their anti-vax rants.
Yeah.
So all of these things are true about crows. You for sure said yes to the first one, which I also made up.
What was the first one?
About crows learning how to play violins. Carey, they have wings. No crows learn how to play violins.
Well, I mean, they could.
But I'm glad you said yes.
They could pluck at the strings.
For the record, people, all of those things are true.
Well, do you know one reason why crows might be so smart?
Because they have wrinkly brains?
They actually have an abnormally large brain.
Yes, for their size, right?
Yes. It can account for up to 2%. This is of a raven, which I'm assuming is probably very similar to crows.
I think they're a
They're
little
the
bigger,
same
right?
family, corvids.
They also, we know ravens can't say nevermore.
Well, up to 2% of their body mass. And what other animal has a brain that takes up about 2% of their
Octopus.
total body weight?
Octopus, human octopus hybrid.
I don't know about octopus, but humans.
That's
Isn't that
good.
interesting?
That is 2%, huh?
Yeah.
Huh. How about chimps? What are chimps?
I don't know.
1.5.
Probably less.
What's Eric Trump? 1.0, 0.75, somewhere in that
Maybe even
neighborhood.
less.
That's it. Yeah, they're
Super interesting.
they are. They're amazing. I have heard that they are able to do amazing things. I didn't know they can communicate like that.
Yeah.
I knew they had good memories, decent memories.
Uh-huh.
But how do they tell their offspring? How do they communicate?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's weird.
But
Has
is
anybody
it-
figured out how they speak? You know, they have researchers figuring out if dolphins are communicating with
Yeah.
the and if I think chimps,
Yeah.
how they're doing it with body gestures and things like that. Have they figured out how crows? Is someone looking into that right now?
I would imagine they would be, but I haven't read anything about it.
Because if we can interpret their language, we can have intelligent
I
discussions
know.
with them. And we can teach them to speak English because they can speak.
Yeah. And we know they use tools
Yes.
and stuff like that. So
Chess pieces, for instance.
And
Violins. It's not a
violins,
tool, I
yes.
guess, technically, but still, it's impressive. They can also use an Allen wrench. Little known fact.
Well, now I want to set up a little platform and put peanuts on it for crows and see if they'll leave us gifts.
Yeah.
It's not for certain. A lot of people have said, they've been leaving food out for crows and
For years.
they've never gotten a gift.
At what?
But a lot of people have too.
So I guess it still hasn't happened yet. Eventually, those crows are going to come back, and they're going to leave a changeling child in place of the little girl, because they have been paying for that child for years now. That's what it's crow. It's the crow code, Carey.
Well, actually, there's one story about a family who there were crows that hung out in their yard, and they had a cat. And you'd think, the cat was very interested in the crow's behavior, but didn't chase them, didn't bother them. And they seemed to get along. The crows and the cat got along. And it was, probably similar to our cat, indoor, outdoor, and, roaming the neighborhood. Well, one day the cat didn't come home. And, they thought, he'll come home eventually. Well, the crows alerted the family, going kind of wild. And
they led the family
to the dead. The cat had been killed by a coyote.
Ooh.
And so, but it didn't have its collar on. And at some point in the future, I don't know how much later, they did the same thing again. And when they went to see what the crows were cawing about, it was their cat's collar.
Oh. That's so sad. They like that cat. Crows like cats.
They did like that cat.
I don't know if crows are all good. There could be a mean crow. They could have
sure
killed
there
that
are.
cat and framed a coyote. That's all.
Somehow they know it was a coyote. I don't know how.
Well,
I thought
torn to shreds.
when I was reading this and they said, and then later the crows were going crazy and cawing. I thought it was going to be like they killed the coyote or they got the coyote.
That would be amazing.
But no, it was the collar.
Vengeance for our friends. They have the V as for Vendetta mask on
Yeah.
as well. A little tiny crow size one, but that would be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Carey. That's your story about crows.
Yeah,
a
pretty
heartwarming story
interesting.
about crows, except for when little Lisa is exchanged for a changeling because they have been paying for her for years.
Lisa is the mom.
Oh, who's
The
the
little
child?
girl is Gabby.
Gabby. Yes, they are for sure going to take Gabby. Lisa, be aware, Gabby is going to go live with the crows at some point. It's fine. It's fine. She has to leave the house at some point anyway.
Well,
Might as well
she's-
be with crows.
Yeah, she's a teenager now, so it'd be a little hard for them.
Unless she can go to crow
get her.
college. Well, thank you, Carey.
You're welcome,
That's a
Dee.
true weird bit. I love it.
Yep.
We hope you loved it too. Next week, we are going to bring you, actually know what we're going to bring you because someone, I'm not going to say names, forgot to upload it last Thursday. I'm not going to say, let's just call her let's call her Carey. Let's just call it Carey. Let's just call it Carey. And that one is going to be, what is it again? What is it? Oh, Japanese OSS.
Yes.
And next week we're going to bring you actually a pretty fascinating story about we're calling it Japanese SOS. Don't look it up. Trust me, it is an amazing story with these little twists and turns. It was quite entertaining. We hope you like that too. Next week. Until then,
Thanks for listening.
see ya.